It's over. Thank God. What up? It's your boy K-Blao Hood X. Make sure you sign up for hoodx.com. I want to say thank God that this Mercury retrograde was over. This is literally a nightmare. I just found out what Mercury retrograde was about 3 years ago, and it's like I kind of wish I didn't even know. This is crazy. All right, so if you don't know what Mercury retrograde is, it has nothing to do with astrology. When you actually know what a real Mercury retrograde is, it's actually Mercury spins closer to the sun. We out here spinning outside the sun further. So as we move around the sun, we get to a point where Mercury looks like it's like looping around itself, when it's actually not. It's in a faster orbit than we are. So it looks like it basically passes us. It looks like it's past, it passes us in orbit, so it lasts about 2 weeks. So this Mercury retrograde lasted from March 22nd, I believe, all the way until today, which is April 15th. And I am so glad that it's over. So what I want to do is just basically wrap up this Mercury retrograde and give you some new insights on what to do to look for. Coming for the next of the month, for the rest of the month, and for the rest of 2018. So this Mercury retrograde was particularly difficult because it was in Aries season. And if you know about Aries season, this is a very impulsive, tempestuous energy. So it's also a lot of miscommunication already and volatility in Aries season already. So you add a Mercury retrograde into that, it's like stirring gasoline on a fire, literally. So this particular retrograde was more about containing your aggression, in that like it's already Aries season, so like you really had to try hard to contain your aggression. And even if you were 100% successful in containing your aggression, it probably cracked through the surface, and then like you literally got cracks in your face. So like, you know what I'm saying, even if you did successfully contain all of your aggression. So you also be talking about self-control, and that's almost impossible in a situation like this right now. People do not want to have self-control, and even though we do know it's self-control, it's conflicting with our desires. So your natural desires, your natural impulses are literally coming to the surface, and something is telling you don't fight back. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let it keep going. But then you got a retrograde coming in, swiping all of that energy. So it's like it's the perfect storm. So like, and then you got yesterday, which was Friday the 13th, added into all of this. So, you know what I'm saying, if you made it through yesterday, you know what I'm saying, you should really pat yourself on the back, and you should really start looking forward to the next couple of days, because you know what I'm saying, the Taurus verse is right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? So you only got about, you know what I'm saying, about a week, you know what I'm saying, about a week and a couple of days before we get into the Taurus season. So right now it's like adult versus child, you know what I'm saying, and the adult is basically leaving right now. This is like Home Alone basically right now for the next week, you know what I'm saying? So you have an opportunity to do a lot of, you know what I'm saying, really mischievous stuff, where you really have a lot of time to figure out exactly, to implement a lot of good energy right now. So that's basically what I want to get into. You got to remember, Aries is about losing control. You know what I'm saying? It's either like gaining control or losing control. So watching this video is really going to get you right there on that threshold, because you're going to be keen in your interpretation already, and then like you are in tune with the times right now. It's the end of the retrograde. You know, say, it's Aries season, so you got this impulse, and then you're not fighting your impulse, because you gotta understand, like Mercury and Aries, it already wants you to have a wake-up call. Basically, that's what you gotta understand about this whole thing, is that like this is about having an epiphany. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to give you in this video, is that like, you know what I'm saying, Mercury and Aries it's like forcing you to do things wrong almost. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like you have to act, but you don't have all your facts, you don't have all your ducks in a row, but you have to act right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're gonna learn valuable lessons from this, because it's like it's stirring your passion. It's like slowly stirring your passion, stirring and stirring. And it's like you have to act. And even if you may not feel ready to act, you know what I'm saying, you have to act. So right now on April 15th, you're really gonna get a burst of positive energy. You see what I'm saying? So like if you gonna act like right now, if hopefully if you didn't mess up too bad right now in this retrograde, you know what I'm saying, it's time to act. I mean, you're still alive, you're not dead, obviously. You're watching this video. So right now is the time to act. You know what I'm saying? New motivations, you know what I'm saying? Getting your journal, writing things down. Right now, like I put out a video series called the Fast Forward Button. You know what I'm saying? If you can keep up with it, it's a very good series to watch right now. You know what I'm saying? I will leave the link in the description. You know what I'm saying? It's very good to watch that right now and make moves. You know what I'm saying? Like take action right now. Right now, like all of your demons, all of your black energy, all of that darkness, all of that is being released right now. Like, you know, I don't know if you live in the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? I live in the Midwest. It's been raining. It's been dark. It's not like, even though spring is already started and Easter passed, it's not looking like spring season right now. You know what I'm saying? Like we are in a very bad retrograde right now. You know what I'm saying? So when this ends tomorrow, it's like literally like go. It's like it's don't, all of the speculating, all of the action right now is the time to act. You know what I'm saying? Renew all your passions. You know what I'm saying? Renew all your contracts with all of your old clients. If you got any clients, you know what I'm saying? Huddle up with your team, you know what I'm saying, and let them know that it's time to take action. It's not about, you know, studying the plays, you know what I'm saying? It's like putting the plays in motion right now. That's what all this energy is about right now. We also got new moon in Chiron, or some people say Chiron. You know what I'm saying? This basically means you're gonna be feeling really sensitive about your failures, you know what I'm saying, that you had toward the retrograde. You know what I'm saying? So right now, that's why you have to cut off that end. That's what you see these two banners behind me. It's like, okay, this is the retrograde, and it's like the book over here is like space, like go. It's like you gotta let go of everything that just happened in this retrograde. You know what I'm saying? And start it as a new and just go. You know what I'm saying? Take action and stick to it. You know, don't carry none of this dark energy over into this new opportunity that you have right now. You know what I'm saying? So beware of Chiron. You know what I'm saying? It's a new moon in Chiron. So you know what I'm saying? You want to kind of soak in your pain a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't what this is right now. Right now is the time to go. You're not dead, so obviously you're a survivor. You know what I'm saying? Pat yourself on the back for that. You know what I'm saying? Focus on that energy. This is something that you got to understand too. Is that the thing, like I said about retrograde, is that, like, you know, as Earth is moving, let's say like Earth is moving like this and Mercury is moving like this and Earth is coming around. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is that Mercury appears to loop within itself. You know, it's ill when you know what I'm saying? If our planet is coming like this, Mercury is doing like this, at some point it looks like it loops within itself around the sun. So that's basically telling you is that, like, when you start to look at things like everything is revolving around you, there's illusions. You know what I'm saying? You see illusions. You know what I'm saying? Everything doesn't revolve around you. Everything doesn't revolve around, you know what I'm saying, what happened per se. You revolve around what happened. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want it like that. You want things to revolve around you. You know what I'm saying? The other thing too, you know what I'm saying, you gotta remember that the sun don't move. And then, like, when people say the sun go up, the sun go down, like, the sun don't move. We move. You know what I'm saying? So when perspective is everything. You know what I'm saying? When you study astrology, when you start to, you know what I'm saying, understand that we are on a rock floating in space, you start to see the, you know what I'm saying, focus on the bigger picture of things. You know what I'm saying? So all bad eventually works for the good. Eventually, all things, like they say, all things work out. All bad eventually works for the good. So make sure you focus on the big picture. Go back and watch. I made a video called Aquarius Hero, where I was just talking about things. It's how I'm saying accepting failure, dealing with loss, accepting failure, and you know what I'm saying, making it make you become a better person. You know what I'm saying? I highly suggest you watch the Aquarian Hero series on that. And it's not for Aquarius, like, it's called the Aquarian Hero, but it's not strictly for Aquarius. It's just because we're going into the age of Aquarius. So it's like the archetype of the hero in the age of Aquarius is flawed. It's like, okay, it don't have to come off perfect. You know what I'm saying? So like, as a matter of fact, like I'm saying, it's like, you know, you see this chair gotta rip it. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the Aquarius. It's like, even though I'm still giving you all this information, it don't have to be perfect. It don't have to come off perfect. You see what I'm saying? So like, just like you see the back of the chair right here, that's like the retrograde, and that like the retrograde can still work for you. It makes your personality better. It makes it more authentic. It makes it more you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to come off perfect in this day and age. You don't have to come off like Superman. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to come off like Deadpool sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what the Aquarian hero is telling you in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? But don't let this energy, whatever happened to you, it's a lot of bad things that probably happen in this retrograde. It's a very difficult retrograde for a lot of people. But right now, I want you to get really motivated. I really want you to turn your motherfucking energy all the way up. And I want you to do whatever it is that you've been waiting for. I want you to take that chance. I want you to call that person that you've been putting off calling. I want you to, you know what I'm saying, tell that person that you've been upset, tell them that you love them, tell them that you want to spend the rest of life with them. You know what I'm saying? I want you to grab life by the horns, you know what I'm saying, this next week, and do whatever it is that you've been passionate about, but just be smart, you know what I'm saying, and be responsible. You know, we study astrology, we are astrologers, we understand karma, we understand law of karma, so we understand law of attraction. You know what I'm saying? What you bring in is what you know what I'm saying, I mean, what you give out is what you bring back in, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you do things that are positive, that's gonna help somebody at the end of the day. Make sure you check your intention. And yeah, man, it's the end of this retrograde. It's a new day. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you're gonna be doing to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? You can let me know too in the comments, you know, if anything you learned from this retrograde. You know what I'm saying? I would love to hear the lessons that you learned, man. And make sure you like this page and share it. And I'll see you in the next video. UD.